Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. Now, it's real time. Sponsored by Coquel Casino Resort.
Welcome back, everyone. Now we're joined by Bill Monroe Jr. He's the owner-operator of Bill Monroe Outdoors. We just had a pretty insightful first segment with him showing you the difference between silvers and Chinook, and certainly something that you need to be well aware of. I don't want to ask anything about Tulies right now because I don't want to get sidetracked. But you had a great day out there this morning.
We did let Tulies go today. It's a thing. You don't have to, but it's really kind of smart if you see a nice leopardback fish and you're just like, oh, that's a great fish to keep. And then you smell it and you're like,
not so much.
Nah.
No, let those go. How'd you actually catch your fish this morning? What were you fishing with out there in the saltwater?
So right now we're using Spinfish.
Oh.
And when it comes down to it, for me, my personal preference is a 3.0 Spinfish in multiple colors. One of my favorites is Omicron. That goes in all sorts of different colors and brands and styles. But the Spinfish 3.0 Omicron is one of my favorites. You know, you just choose one right now and put it in the water with a Pro Troll anywhere from like 10 to 30. It's going to work. It's just going to work. An anchovy behind a flasher, anywhere from 10 to 30, it's going to work. That's how good it is right now. We have a fishery that is really good.
Are they easy to find, Bill? Have you been having to chase them or travel a bunch?
So we have been having to go a little further south than normal. We have a weather buoy. We have all these things, you know, and that is an actual thing. We were running into a big jellyfish issue on some upwelling that occurred last week. You know, it got a little windy, a little hot in Portland, and that made this whole segment for the coast area get all kind of crappy. And when that did that, the ocean got all whipped up on top, but it also it brought up a bunch of cold water from the bottom, and jellyfish started showing up. So we've had to kind of leave those.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is that your best bit of advice if you run across a bunch of jellyfish to reel it up?
If you start running into jellyfish, it's going to be to the point, it's going to be like Tillamook Bay. You're going to have to start cleaning your gear every 2 to 3 minutes. The jellyfish will start loading up your Pro Troll. They'll load up your flasher. They'll load up your hooks. They'll load up your swivels, and it'll just shut down a whole day. It does happen. Yes.
Yeah. So just
not fun.
Pick them up and get the heck out of there and go find some more fish somewhere else.
That's what we do. Yeah. So we just kind of went a little further south, and yeah, it works.
All right. So you're fishing 360s. You got Spinfish down there. What are you stuffing those with? Just straight tuna, or are you putting chunk bait in?
It is. So, I mean, sometimes I put them in the water and I don't have time to fill them with tuna. It doesn't quite matter right now. But when I find time in between fish or whatever, clients, they love to help me, then we stuff them with tuna. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. So
tuna in a can and oil. That's a thing.
So you would say don't overthink it when you're talking about what you're stuffing the baits with.
The KISS method, right?
Gotcha.
Keep it simple, stupid. Don't overthink it. Don't get all crazy. Yeah. This is the ocean. It's kind of different. You know, when we come in the river, we got to start looking at like colors. You know, if we got clouds or if we got blue sky like today, you know, it changes in the river because it's very dynamic to what they like at a certain point of the tide or a certain area or certain conditions of the weather, whatever. But out there, you really just once you get it all kind of dialed and you're like, oh, man, it don't matter. Just go.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, makes it nice where you don't have to mess with bait or anything. Just throw a spinning fish out there and you go ahead and just
That's another thing. But now today we had 2 bow rods on the and I put herring out there just to see if it would work. And then went bonkers. It was crazy. The bow rods were out fishing the rest of the boat a little bit, kind of like, 2 to 1. Don't get out of control up there. It was kind of crazy. It was kind of fun.
All right. So the opener on the 1st itself, the August 1st, August 1.
It opens August 1st.
What are you going to do? Are you going to stay in the river or are you going to head right out to the saltwater?
Ocean. I'm probably going to go ocean. If I had a barge that could handle the ocean and just like, I'd live out there through the storms or whatever. But I want to fish in the ocean when it's open. It's a big priority for me. I love it. I love the openness. I like seeing whales. I like following the birds. I like seeing porpoises. It's just dynamic. You know, you come in the river, you're going to run into a lot of crowds. You got to know when and when not to go, where to go, how to do it. It just gets really complicated.
Well,
Right now, for the July and the first maybe week or two of what I'm hoping, maybe the ocean will last until mid-August, maybe. That's what I'm hoping for.
so for those folks that are not intending to go out to the saltwater, it sounds like you're obviously paying attention to what your options are going to be out there outside on the saltwater. But if they're watching this morning, any advice that you might give them for this upcoming week to fish in the river itself, around the bridge,
To fish
or below,
in the
or whatever
river?
they might do?
Yeah, to fish in the river, I definitely look into fishing down low, since the tides are going to start getting smaller. The opener actually has a really good potential for that first August 1st through 6th, which is that period of non-marked for fish. They don't have to be clipped, basically. It's non-marked select for that first August 1st through 6th, and the tide looked really good for it. I'd fish down low in deep water and wait for that incoming tide. It's going to be something. Excuse me.
Well, good. That means that the rumors that we were told about the tides being, relatively productive tides this upcoming or this week is legitimate. So we can go with that.
That's legit, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
So for all of you out there, listen to what Bill is talking about. All right, next question. I got to talk about regs. If I don't talk about regulations with Bill, I'd be wasting some of my time. For those folks that are going to be down there from the 1st to the 6th, what can and can't they do?
So they can keep any Chinook and 1 hatchery coho bag limit, or they can keep 2 hatchery coho. There will be no retention of any steelhead below a certain point, which is mainly Puget Island, or Tongue Point, I mean. And you cannot retain jacks below Tongue Point. That's a thing, too.
It's definitely a thing. And pay attention, everyone, because you are not alone out there. You're being watched. It's just that simple.
Correct. I mean, this year, for the first time in our marina, we've got a federal fisheries enforcement boat that I've never seen before. And quite frankly, I welcome it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. They're actually here monitoring things. And this type of enforcement actually helps it. Maybe, they can be like, hey, things are going really well. Maybe we can have a better ocean period in however many years down the road, because people are really following the rules and all that other fun stuff.
That's a very good point. It's a very good point. If they're able to watch what's going on for real, maybe that does give the opportunity for things to run a little bit longer. Okay, last question for you, okay? So if somebody's going to be heading out there this week, maybe even the second week, anything that you can tell them to be aware of, to pay attention to make sure that they don't overlook?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Is there any advice that you can give everyone that's going to be down there this opening week and the following week that they need to pay attention to as the season gets started?
As far as going out in the ocean, always watch the max ebb tides. Careful on that type of stuff. Know what you're doing when it comes to monitoring ocean swells, periods, seconds apart, and all of that. But on the inside, just watch out for other boats. That's the big thing. It's always going to be watch out for other people, make sure you're safe, and enjoy yourself. Simple stuff.
Yeah, great advice, because it does get crazy out there, especially for all those folks that are new each year.
It's gonna get crazy. We've been waiting for this because of a difficult spring. No summer Chinook fishery on the Columbia. Well, we had extended periods of springers, but still no specifically targeted summer Chinook fishery below Bonneville.
Yep.
And then the Willamette. I mean, for it to go off in June and July, that was kind of late too. So March, April, May, that was tough.
Yeah,
it was tough.
It was a definite grind. Bill, as always, man, we appreciate you spending some time with us, and tell your clients thank you for being patient with us.
I'm telling the clients thank you for being patient.
Yeah, we really do appreciate that. And you got a lot of work ahead of you, so we're going to let you get to it.
That's okay.
Bill, have a great day, man.
Tell Ted Lou we appreciate that. That's awesome.
Very cool. Well, I'll tell Ted that myself.
Yes.
Thanks again, Bill. As always, we appreciate it.
Yep. Look forward to seeing you. Bye, Owen.
Take care, buddy. All right, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, we're going to check in with Ted Lieu here in the studio for the first time. I know I've already mentioned it, but if you've ever been in that situation where you can say, I had a bad day, bro, Ted could very well be the guy you need to call. We'll be right back. Okay.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Yakima Bait, steeped in tradition, innovation, and fishing success. Procure Bait Sense, ruthlessly effective. And by North American Metals Incorporated, first choice for all your metal roofing and siding needs.